Hello students, welcome to our live APS classes, and as all we know that this is our foundation course especially for the students from 9 to 12. And in our today's live lecture, we will start from class 11th and we will discuss the chemistry part. And this is our chapter number 1, that is some basic concepts of the chemistry. And remember one thing, this is the syllabus for the term 1 examination that is to be held in November 2021. And welcome to all the students who join with us our live APS classes. And regarding this chapter, that is some basic concepts of chemistry, we will discuss important 20 MCQ questions or objective questions from this chapter. So let us start with our chapter, that is the some basic concepts of chemistry. And your first question from this chapter is approximate atomic weight of an element, that is 26.89. Approximate atomic weight of an element is 26.89. If its equivalent weight is 8.9, then the exact atomic weight of the element would be. Options are 26.89, B 8.9, C 17.8, and D is 26.7. That means if the approximate atomic weight of an element, that is 26.89, and its equivalent weight is 8.9, then the exact atomic weight of the element would be. So here beta, the answer is 26.7. 26.7. This is the exact atomic weight of the element. And how this exact atomic weight of the element comes to be, its explanation is, how can you say that the exact atomic weight of the element would be 26.7? So here beta, atomic weight, that means atomic weight is equal to equivalent weight into valency. So this is the formula for the atomic weight, that is atomic weight is equal to the equivalent weight into valency. So here the equivalent weight is 8.9 and the valency of the element is to be 3. Hence the total comes out to be, that is the exact atomic weight of the element is 26.7 and valency is 26.89. 8.9. So here, if the approximate atomic weight of the element is 26.89 and its equivalent weight is 8.9, then the exact atomic weight of the element would be 26.7. So here this is the right answer. And atomic weight is equal to the equivalent weight multiplied by valency. And the equivalent weight is 8.9 and the valency is 3. Hence the atomic weight comes to be 26.7. Next is your question number 2, and your question number 2 is the number of moles present in 6 grams of the carbon is. The number of 6 grams of the number of moles present in 6 grams of carbon is. Options are 2, 0.5, 5 and 1. I repeat my question again. The number of moles present in 6 grams of the carbon is. Option is 2, 0.5, 5 and 1. So here beta, welcome to all the students who join with us our live APS classes. So beta, tell me the answer. The number of moles present in 6 grams of the carbon is. Options दी गई है 2, 0.5, 5 and 1. So here the beta, the molar mass of 12 carbon is, as all we know, that 12.0 gram mole inverse. So here the molar mass of 12 carbon, Avogadro Avogadro's number. As all we know that the Avogadro's number is 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. So this is the Avogadro's number. And then molar mass of the 12 carbon is 12.0 gram mole inverse. And the Avogadro's number is, the value of the Avogadro's number is 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. And given that, आपको given क्या दिया गया है? Given that 6.0 gram. This is the given. Thus, 6.0 gram oblique 12.0 gram mole inverse comes out to be 0.50. Hence, this is the right answer for the question number 2. That is, the number of moles present in 6 grams of the carbon is 0.5 mole. 0.5 mole. So this is the right answer for the question number 2. Now shift to the question number 3, and your question number 3 is, what is the concentration of nitrate ions if equal volumes of 0.1 mole AgNO3 and 0.1 mole NaCl are mixed together? So what is the concentration of nitrate ion if equal volumes of 0.1 mole AgNO3 and 0.1 mole NaCl are mixed together? So what is the concentration of nitrate ion? Options are 0.1 normal, 0.2 m, 0.05 m and 0.25 m. So what is the concentration of the nitrate ions if equal volumes of 0.01 mole AgNO3 and 0.1 mole NaCl mixed together? So here the answer comes out to be, so first of all we will discuss the explanation for this question. So 0.1 mole AgNO3, that is the given 0.1 mole AgNO3 will react with, तो बेटे जल्दी से आप इसका आंसर दें, will react with, so 0.1 mole AgNO3, it will react with 0.1 mole NaCl. It will react with 0.1 mole NaCl to form 0.1 mole NaNO3, that is sodium nitrate. So but the volume doubled, और उसका volume जो होगा that should be double, but the volume is doubled. What the volume is doubled. Concentration of nitrate ion, that is NO3 negative ion. So here the volume is doubled, concentration of the nitrate ion. So here 0.1, that is the volume of the AgNO3 divided by 2, that is the double. So volume is doubled concentration of the nitrate ion. So hence the calculation comes out to be 0.05 mole. So this is the right answer, 0.05 mole. So here it is your question number 3, that is the concentration of the nitrate ions if equal volumes of 0.1 mole AgNO3 and 0.1 mole NaCl are mixed together. So the answer comes out to be 0.05 mole. Next is your question number 4, and your question number 4 is, the negative charged particles is called as, the negative, it is your question number 4, and your question number 4 is, the negative charged particles is called. Options are anions, B cations, C radical and D is the atoms. The negative charged particles, जो negative charged particles होते हैं उनको क्या कहा जाता है? Options are either these are called as the anions, cations, radical as well as atom. So the negative charged particles are called as anions. The negative charged particles are called as anions, not cations, not radicals, and even not atoms. But these are called as anions. So here बेटा आप जल्दी से इसका आंसर दें, क्योंकि जो चार्ज्ड पार्टिकल होता है, because the charged particle also called as anion. क्योंकि जो चार्ज पार्टिकल होता है उसको आयन भी कहा जाता है. द चार्ज पार्टिकल इज कॉल्ड एज द आयन. दिस इज द रीजन दैट द चार्ज पार्टिकल इज कॉल्ड एज द आयन, क्योंकि जो चार्ज पार्टिकल होता है उसको आयन कहा जाता है. इज एन एटम विद अ पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव चार्ज, क्योंकि जो भी चार्ज पार्टिकल होगा दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द आयन हैविंग पॉजिटिव एंड नेगेटिव चार्जेस. उसके ऊपर पॉजिटिव चार्ज भी हो सकता है एंड इट विल ऑल्सो कैरी द नेगेटिव चार्ज. The charged particle that is called as the ions, and it will contain positive charge as well as negative charge. And this happens whenever something called an ionic bond forms. और इसको कब कहा जाता है? That means it will called whenever something that is called as the ionic bond forms. Ionic bond forms. Ionic bond forms. This is called as the ionic bond forms. Two particles that have different number of electrons. Two particles have different number of electrons. The smallest particle is an atom which is a negative. जो smallest particle होगा atom का, that is to be negative and start reacting to each other, और वो आपस में react करना start कर देते हैं. The particles that has greater amount of electrons takes the other particles electrons. So here बेटे जल्दी से आप इसका आंसर दें. The particles that has greater amount of electrons takes the other electrons. One becomes positive. एक जो है उनमें से पॉजिटिव बन जाता है because it loses the electron. और पॉजिटिव चार्ज इसके ऊपर कब आता है? When it loses the electrons or it lost the electrons. And the other will be negative. और वो negative कब होता है? Because it gains another electrons. क्योंकि उसको दूसरे electrons को gain करने की जरूरत पड़ती है. After that, the two particles becomes attracted to each other and they are mixed together and making a new kind of the particle. और उसके बाद वो एक नया particle जो वो बनाते हैं. So here the negative charged particles is called as anion because the charged particles are called as ions and both having the positive charge and the negative charge. And this happens whenever something called as the ionic bond forms. And two particles that have two different numbers of electrons. जो दो particles होंगे having the two different number of electrons, they start interacting with each other or they start reacting with each other. The particles that has a greater amount of the, जिस particle के पास जो है वो greater amount of electrons होंगे, that takes the other particle electrons, वो दूसरे particle electrons को जो होंगे वो take over करेंगे. उनमें से एक जो होगा that becomes the positive, वो positive होगा because it loses the electron, and other becomes the negative because it always gains the electrons. And after that they become attached to each other and mixed with each other, making a new kind of particle. After when they are mixing with each other or attracting with each other, they formed a new kind of the particle. So here the negative charged particles are called as anions. So here this is the right answer. Next is your question number 5. Next is your question number 5, and your question number 5 is which is not a unit of pressure? Which is not a unit of pressure? Options are which is not a unit of pressure, and options are number 1 is bar, second one is Newton meter square, C kg meter square, and D is torr. So out of these, which is not the unit of the pressure? Either bar, Newton meter square, kg meter square, as well as torr. It is your question number 5. So here beta, the out of these, which is not a unit of pressure is kg meter square. Kg meter square is not a unit of pressure. This is not the unit of pressure. So here kg meter square is not a unit of pressure. So this is the right answer, that is kg meter square is not a unit of pressure, because pressure is force per unit area. So kg meter square cannot be a unit of pressure because pressure is force per unit area. Pressure is force per unit area. not kg meter square, force per unit area. So kg meter square is not the unit of pressure. So here this is the right answer. Next is your question number 6, and your question number 6 is, what is the normality of a one solution of H3PO4? H3PO4. So what is the normality of 1 mole solution of H3PO4? And it is your question number 6. What is the normality of a 1 mole solution of H3PO4? Normality is defined as the number of moles of solute dissolved per liter of the solution. So this is the normality. Options are 0.5 normality, 1.0 normal, 2.0 normal, and 3.0 normal. So what is the normality of 1 mole solution of H3PO4? So here beta the answer is 3.0 normal. So this is the right answer for the question number 6. That is, the normality of a 1 mole solution of H3PO4 is 3.0 normal, because H3PO4 is tri-basic, because H3PO4 is tri-basic. So normality is equal to 3 mole. Because H3PO4 is tri-basic, so normality is 3 mole. So the calculation comes out to be 3 into 1 is equal to 3. So here the normality of 1 mole solution of H3PO4 is 3.0 normality, because H3PO4 is a tri-basic, so normality is equal to 3 mole, and 3 multiply 1 comes out to be 3. So this is the right answer. Next is your question number 7, and your question number 7 is the total number of ions present in 100 gram of CaCl2, that is calcium chloride. So the total number of ions present in 111 grams of calcium chloride is, option A is 1 mole, B 2 mole, C 3 mole, and D is 4 mole. So here the total number of ions present in 111 grams of calcium chloride is either 1 mole, 2 mole, 3 mole, and 4 mole. So which is the right option for the question number 7? So here 3 mole is the right answer, not 1 mole, not 2 moles, and even not 4 moles. But the total number of ions present in 111 grams of calcium chloride is 3 moles. So here the explanation is, how can you say that the total number of ions present in 111 grams of calcium chloride is 3 moles? So first of all, beta, the molecular weight of CaCl2, that is 100 gram mole, 111 gram. Molecular weight of calcium chloride is 111 grams. So ions in 1 calcium chloride, molecule is Ca2 positive plus 2Cl negative is equal to 3 ions. So the ions in 1 calcium chloride molecule is Ca2 positive plus 2Cl negative is equal to 3 ions. Now, number of molecules in 111 grams, molecules of CaCl2 is equal to Avogadro's number. Avogadro's number. And as all we know that the Avogadro's number is 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 molecules. 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 molecules. 6.02 into 10 raised to power 23 molecules. So here, number of ions. So number of ions in 111 gram molecules of CaCl2 is equal to 3 multiplied by 6.02 into 10 raised to power 23. Hence the calculation comes out to be 3 moles. Calculation comes out to be 3 moles. So here this is the right answer. Next is your question number 8, and your question number 8 is which of the following weight the most? Option A is 1 gram atom of nitrogen, B 1 mole of water, C 1 mole of sodium, and D is 1 molecule of H2SO4. So which of the following weighs the most? Option A is 1 gram atom of nitrogen, B 1 mole of water, C 1 mole of sodium, and D is 1 molecule of H2SO4. So which is the most weight out of these? So 1 gram of atom of nitrogen is not most of the weight. 1 mole of water is not the most weight, but 1 mole of sodium. 1 mole of sodium weighs the most. So this is the right answer. That is 1 mole of sodium weighs the most. Next is your question number 9. And your question number 9 is, under similar conditions of pressure and temperature, 40 milliliter of slightly moist hydrogen chloride gas is mixed with 20 milliliter of ammonia gas, then the final volume of the gas at the same temperature and pressure will be. Under similar conditions of pressure and temperature, 40 milliliter of slightly moist hydrogen chloride gas is mixed with 20 milliliter of ammonia gas, then the final volume of the gas at the same temperature and pressure will be. Options are 100 ml, B 20 ml, C 40 ml, and D is 60 ml. D is 60 ml. It is your question number 9. Under similar conditions of temperature and pressure, 40 ml of slightly moist hydrogen chloride gas is mixed with 20 ml of ammonia gas. Then the final volume of the gas at the same temperature and pressure will be. Options आपको बता दिए गए 100 ml, 20 ml, 40 ml, and 60 ml. So here this is the 20 ml. This is the right answer. That is 20 ml. And how can you say that this is the final volume of the gas at the same temperature and the pressure, that is 20 ml? That means there is some reason behind it. On the behalf of that reason, you can say that the final volume of the gas at the same temperature and the pressure will be 20 milliliter. So NH3, that is ammonia gas, plus HCl, that is hydrogen chloride gas, give rise to NH4Cl, that is ammonium chloride solid form. This is the reaction. So time T is equal to 0.40 ml, 0.40 ml. Then T is equal to T20 ml solid. T is equal to 0.40 ml, 0, T is equal to T20 ml solid, then the final volume. Then the final volume is equal to 20 ml. 40 upon 20 is equal to 20 ml. Final volume is equal to 20 ml. So this is the right answer for the question number 9. That is, under similar conditions of pressure and temperature, that is 40 ml of slightly moist hydrogen chloride gas is mixed with 20 ml of ammonia gas, then the final volume of the gas at the same temperature and pressure will be 20 ml. So this is the reaction between the ammonia and the hydrochloride gas, and ultimately it forms the ammonium chloride solid, and this is the time duration, and here the final volume is equal to 20 ml. Next is the question number 10. An organic compound contains carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Its elemental analysis gives carbon, that is 38.71%, hydrogen 99.67%. Empirical formula of the compound will be, the empirical formula of the compound will be, then the empirical formula of the compound is, then the empirical formula of the compound is, an organic compound contains carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, and its elemental analysis gave carbon, that is 38.71, hydrogen 9.67, and the empirical formula of the compound would be, options are either CHO, CH4O, CH3O and CH2O. That is CHO, CH4O, CH3O and CH2O. So the empirical formula, answer is CH3O. CH3O. This is the right answer. And explanation, here is the explanation. First is elements, and elements are 3, that is carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Elements, carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. After that, the percentage composition. The percentage composition of carbon is 38.71 and the percentage composition of hydrogen is 9.67 and the percentage composition of oxygen is 51.62. 51.62. So this is the percentage composition of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Carbon has the percentage composition of 38.71, hydrogen has the percentage composition of 9.67 and oxygen has the percentage composition of 51.62. After that, atomic mass of carbon is 12, atomic mass of hydrogen is 1 and atomic mass of oxygen is 16. After that, mole ratio. The mole ratio of carbon is 38.71 divided by 12 comes out to be 3.22. Next is percentage mole ratio of hydrogen is 9.67 divided by 3. Percentage composition of hydrogen. Percentage composition is 9.67 divided by 1. So it is, the molar ratio is 9.67. Then the molar ratio of oxygen is 51.62 divided by 16 and it comes out to be 3.22. After that, simple ratio. Simple ratio. So the simple ratio is least आपका 3.22 divided by 3.22 is equal to 1. This is the simple ratio of carbon. After that, the simple ratio of hydrogen is 9.67 divided by 3.22 is equal to 3. And after that, the simple ratio of oxygen is, that is 3.22 divided by 3.22 is equal to 1. Hence, the ratio is 1:3:1. So here the answer is CH3 HO. This is the right answer for the question number 10. Now shift to the question number 11, and your question number 11 is which of the following cannot give iodometric titrations? Which one of the following will not give the iodometric titrations? Options are Fe3 positive, Cu2 positive, PB2 positive, and Ag positive. So out of these, which cannot give the iodometric titrations? Options are Fe3 positive, Cu2 positive, PB2 positive, and Ag positive. So out of these, the titration, so the compound which cannot give the iodometric titrations is the PB2 positive. PB2 positive cannot give the iodometric titrations. Cannot give the iodometric titrations. So here this is the right answer. But how can you say that PB2 positive cannot give the iodometric titrations? So here explanation. On the behalf of that reason, we can say that PB2 positive cannot give the iodometric titrations. So atom in highest oxidation state can oxidize. Atoms in highest oxidation state can oxidize. So atoms in the highest oxidation state can oxidize iodide. Can oxidize to iodide to liberate I2, which is volumetrically measured by iodometric titrations. Iodometric titrations using hypo. So the reaction is 2I negative give rise to I2, and PB2 positive, that is the lowest oxidation state, PB2 positive, that is the lowest oxidation state, cannot oxidize iodide. Cannot oxidize iodide to I2. So here out of these, PB2 positive cannot give the iodometric titrations, because PB2 positive cannot give the iodometric titrations because atoms in the highest oxidation state can oxidize iodide to liberate I2, which is volumetrically measured by iodometric titrations using hypo. 2I negative give rise to I2, and PB2 positive, it is in the lowest oxidation state and it cannot oxidize iodide to I2. So here this is the right answer. Next is your question number 12, and your question number 12 is what is the concentration of nitrate ions if equal volumes? What is the concentration of the nitrate ions if equal volumes of 0.1 mole AgNO3 and 0.1 mole NaCl are mixed together? So what is the concentration of the nitrate ions if equal volumes as 0.1 mole AgNO3 and 0.1 mole sodium chloride? They mix together. Options are 0.1 mole, 0.2 mole, 0.05 mole, and 0.25 mole. So here the right answer is 0.05 mole, because 0.1 mole AgNO3 will react with 0.1 mole NaCl to form. When 0.1 mole AgNO3, it will react with 0.1 mole sodium chloride. After that, it will form 0.1 mole NaNO3, that is sodium nitrate. But as the volume doubled, जैसे ही इनका वॉल्यूम डबल्ड होगा, but as the volume doubled, concentration of NO2 negative is 0.12, that is 0.05 mole. So here this is the right answer for the question number 12. Next is your question number 13, and your question number 13 is the number of moles present in 6 grams of carbon is. The number of moles present in 6 grams of carbon is. Options are 2, second 0.5, C 5, and D is 5. So the number of moles present in 6 grams of the carbon is. Options are 2, 0.5, 5, and 1. So the answer is 0.5. 0.5. So the molar mass of C12, that is carbon 12, is 12.0 grams mole inverse. So this is the molar mass of the carbon 12. Na, that is Avogadro's number, that is 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. This is the Avogadro's number. So 12 carbon atoms have a mass, 12 carbon atoms have a mass of 12.0 grams. Given दिया गया है इसमें, given that 6.0 grams, thus 6.0 grams oblique 12.0 grams mole inverse. The 6.0 grams oblique 12.0 gram mole inverse comes out to be 0.50 mole. So this is the right answer. Next is your question number 14, and your question number 14 is which of the following contains the same number of carbon atoms as are. Which of the following contains the same number of carbon atoms as are in 6.0 grams of the carbon, that is carbon 12. Options are 6.0 gram of ethane, B 8.0 gram of methane, C 21.0 gram of propane, and D is 28.0 gram of carbon monoxide. So which of the following contains the same number of carbon atoms as are in 6.0 gram of carbon 12? So it is your question number 14. And the right answer is 8.0 gram of methane. 8.0 gram of methane. This contains the carbon atoms as are in 6.0 grams of the carbon, that is 8.0 grams of the methane. Next is your question number 15, and your question number 15 is the significant figures in 3400, that is 3400 are. Options are 2, B 5, C 6, and D is 4. The significant figures in 3400 are either 2, 5, 6, and 4, and it is your question number 15. So here the significant figures are 5. significant figures are 5. As we know that all the non-zero units are significant number, because अब हम यहाँ कह रहे हैं कि 3400 में जो significant figures है, the number is 5, because as we know that हमें पता है, as we know that all the non-zero unit, all the non-zero unit are significant number, because all the non-zero units are significant number. Next is your question number 16, and your question number 16 is a symbol not only represents the name of the element but also represents the atomic mass. A symbol not only represents the name of element but also represents the atomic mass, atomic number, atomicity, and atomic volume. So here a symbol not only represents the name of the element but also represents the atomic mass, atomic number, atomicity, as well as atomic volume. And it is the question number 16. So here a symbol not only represents the name of the element but also represents the atomicity. This also represents the atomicity. Because symbols of an element represents the name, along with the number of the same atoms in the room condition, which is its atomicity of that element. So here atomicity is the right answer. Next is your question number 17, and your question number 17 is, what is the normality of a 0.1 mole solution of H3PO4? What is the normality of a 0.1 mole solution of a H3PO4? Options are 0.5, 1.0 normal, C 2.0 normal, and D is 3.0 normal. So what is the normality? So the normality is 3.0 normal. Because as all we know that H3PO4 is tribasic. So N is equal to 3 mole. So 3 multiply 1 is equal to 3. So the answer is 3.0. This is the right answer for the question number 17. Next is your question number 18, and your question number 18 is, which of the following weights the most? Which of the following weights the most? That is 1 gram atom of nitrogen, 1 mole of water, 1 gram atom of nitrogen, 1 mole of water, 1 mole of sodium, and 1 molecule of sulfuric acid. So 1 mole of sodium, 1 mole of sodium, it weighs the most. Next is your question number 19, and your question number 19 is, the sulfate of metal M contains 9.87% of M. This sulfate is isomorphous with zinc sulfate multiplied by 7 molecules of water. Then the atomic weight of M is, 40.3, 36.3, 24.3, and 11.3. The sulfate metal of a metal M contains 9.87% weight of M. This sulfate is isomorphous with zinc sulfate multiplied by 7 molecules of water. Then the atomic weight of M is, options are 40.3, 36.3, 24.3, and 11.3. So here the right answer is 24.3. This is the atomic weight of M. So as the given sulfate is isomorphous with ZnSO4 multiplied by 7 molecules of water, so its formula would be MSO4 multiplied by 7H2O. So as the given sulfate is isomorphous, that is ZnSO4 multiplied by 7 molecules of water, so its formula would be MSO4 multiplied by 7 molecules of water is the atomic weight of M molar weight or molecular weight of, that is MSO4 multiplied by 7 molecules of water. So M plus 32 plus 64 plus 126 is equal to M plus 222. Hence percentage of M is equal to M plus 222 multiplied by 100 is equal to 9.87 given. 87 given. So this is the 87 point given, 9.87 that is given, या फिर हम उसको दूसरे तरीके से भी कर सकते हैं और 100 m is equal to 9.87 m plus 222 multiplied by 9.87 or 90.13 m is equal to 222 into 987 or m is equal to 222 into 9.87 oblique 90.13. Hence, the calculation comes out to be 24.3. So this is the right answer for the question number 19. And it is our last question for our today's live video lecture, that is question number 20. The SI unit of temperature is, the SI unit of temperature is, the SI unit of temperature is Kelvin, Celsius, Fahrenheit. This is Kelvin, Celsius, Fahrenheit and centigrade. So which is the SI unit of temperature? So here the SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. Kelvin is the SI unit of temperature because the SI unit of temperature is the Kelvin. SI unit of temperature is the Kelvin, although the Celsius temperature scale is also used, is considered a derived SI unit and is generally used to measure everyday temperatures. And in the Kelvin scale, the lowest possible temperature is 0 Kelvin. The lowest possible temperature is 0 Kelvin. And this reading is called as absolute zero. 0 Kelvin is called as absolute zero. This is called as absolute zero. However, nothing could possible ever reach this temperature. Absolute zero according to the Celsius scale is approximately minus 273 degrees Celsius and water boils at 373 Kelvin and freezes at 273 Kelvin. So scientists discovered absolute zero when they figured that as the temperature decreases, the volume of the gas also gets smaller. So this graph the relationship and found to be reach substance tested zero. Volume for, अगर हम इसके वॉल्यूम की बात करें, so volume for each substance would hypothetically occurred around minus 273 degrees Celsius, the equivalent of absolute zero. So here the SI unit of temperature is Kelvin, not Celsius, not Fahrenheit and not centigrade, but the SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. So here we complete important 20 MCQ questions or objective questions from this chapter, that is some basic concepts of chemistry, and this chapter is for class 11th. And regarding this chapter we discuss important 20 MCQ questions or objective questions. So here this is all about this chapter. एंड कल बेटे आपके साथ हम दोबारा इसी टाइम पर नए लाइव वीडियो लेक्चर में नए इंपॉर्टेंट ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चंस के साथ दोबारा मिलेंगे. तब तक अपने क्वेश्चंस को गो थ्रू करें एंड रिवाइज करें. सो वंस अगेन, गुड नाइट टू ऑल द स्टूडेंट्स.